back, everyone. On deck for review today, we have a oldie but a goodie, if you will. Some people might say it's not a goodie. This is the Smith Wesson Sigma. This is the 40 caliber version. Two-tone, as you can see here, with just standard sights. So it's basically like the cheapest high capacity 40 that you can get out there that will be somewhat reliable, at least. We'll go ahead and put a few rounds on steel and then get into some of the pros and cons of this gun. I mean, there's definitely some pros and there's definitely some cons, but anyway, step over here, see if we can make the steel ring a little bit. No guarantees with this guy. Well, missed one, but that's not too bad. So as we go ahead and break this pistol down by removing the magazine, inspect the chamber, verify that it's empty, point in a safe direction, pull the trigger, pull down on the two tabs, I should say, on the side. As I was saying, as you look at the disassembly, you'll notice it's pretty Glock-like. That's something that did not escape the lawyers over at Glock. They ended up suing Smith & Wesson for patent infringement for this pistol just because of the similarities to it. There are differences, of course, but it is a very similar pistol. And back then, there weren't as many Wonder polymer guns out there, and these two were basically competing for the same market. Anyway, that's your disassembled pistol. You're going to go ahead and put the barrel back in the same way we just took it out. Put your recoil guide and spring back in. You gotta hook it in there just like on your Glock, and put it on the rail, slide back, rack the gun, put your magazine back in, and that is your reassembled pistol. So while we're talking about the Glock, let's go ahead and show a size comparison of one of its competitors here, the Glock 19. Look at those two guns side by side. They're pretty similar in size. Obviously this is 40 caliber, but the 9mm version is the exact same size. So you can see there, almost identical in size. A little bit longer in the grip, but in terms of slide length, they're pretty much the exact same, and same thickness as well. I'm gonna try to go over some of the pros and cons of this pistol here real quick. I know a lot of you guys are probably familiar with the Sigma pistols because they've been out for a while and they're quite popular due to one reason that I'm about to talk about here, which is price point. These guns are readily available at a very low price point for the quality of gun you get. Just 2 weeks ago, Bud's had this, Gun Supply, I should say, had this very gun in stock for $301. For a reliable gun, which I guess is another pro of it, this gun's been very reliable. Every Sigma I've ever seen, in fact, has been very reliable. So for a reliable gun with decent capacity, with a really good warranty backed up by Smith & Wesson like this gun is, you get a lot for your money. I mean, there's just no getting around it. I mean, there are some cons to the gun, obviously, which number one on that is going to be the trigger. Guys hate on these triggers online. You'll hear people talk about them all the time, how they're unshootable, things like that. Well, they're definitely not good. There's no getting around it. This particular gun, I've measured the trigger, it pulls right at 9 pounds. 9 pounds on a striker fire gun is kind of a lot, in my opinion, maybe a little bit too much. My understanding is that that actually came about, the trigger pull weight, I should say, because of law enforcement requests that they wanted a heavier pull for safety, which that's a whole other conversation in and of itself. But we know a lot of departments like the New York Police Department, things like that, they mandate heavy triggers on their guns. So apparently that's why Smith & Wesson put these on there. The Sigmas are still around and still for sale. They've been out for a while, and they actually have a new model out, the SD9 and SD40, that replaces these. And that gun actually has a little bit better trigger. We'll probably get around to it one of these days. A little bit lighter, a little bit smoother, and a better break in my opinion. But that gun's kind of the replacement for these. But these guns are still out in circulation, I should say. You definitely still see them in your gun stores. You can find them online, like I was just talking about. So they're out there. Another con of this is the rail system. As you can see here, I have the, I'll zoom in on it for you. That is the laser light 1913 style rail adapter. The Sigma comes with a proprietary rail similar to like the HK USPs, things like that. So a lot of modern lights aren't going to fit it. There are some that do, but most don't. And the easy solution, this was $9 on Amazon. Easy solution, that way you can add any kind of light you want, which you guys saw out there as we were shooting it today. So I mean, if you're somebody who just wants a low cost, low maintenance gun, and you're not going to shoot at a ton, you're not going to shoot competitions, things like that, this is a gun you can look at. I mean, others might make fun of you when you show up at the range, but if you're going to go bang, your gun will go bang pretty much every time. I can almost guarantee it. But all in all, not a great gun. It wouldn't be my first choice. There's no doubt about it. The reason I actually have this gun is that someone bought it from a family member who needed money. So that's where it came from. It wouldn't be my first choice, but it's a solid, reliable, dependable gun, especially for the cost. Anyway, if you guys have any questions about this gun, anything else I review here on the channel, feel free to ask the questions here. You can also ask them over at my Facebook page. But thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and we'll see you guys in the next video.